Hello, my name is Megan McCombs-Hayes, and I am the Lexis Research Attorney for University of Oregon. Today's video will focus how to utilize headnotes on Lexis Advance, specifically what is the purpose of headnotes and how to expand your research using headnotes. Let's go ahead and log in to www.lexis.com/law school. The case I'm going to be working from today is the Crass v. Highland case. I'm going to enter in the citation 374 NE2D 58 and hit search. Remember, at the top of every case is all of the editorial work that has been done to help you quickly navigate how useful this case will be for your research purposes. We're going to focus just on our headnote section today. Remember, headnotes are the main rules pulled from this particular case. They are verbatim directly taken from the specific opinion. So a really good way to navigate quickly into your case and to figure out whether or not your case is on point is to look at the headnotes first to see, is my issue being discussed as a rule from this case. So I'm just going to quickly look through the titles of each headnote to figure out whether or not my topic is discussed here. As we continue to scroll down, you'll see theft and related offenses. Headnote number 4 is going to be on point for you. And as we continue to scroll down again, we see headnote 5, headnote 6, headnote 7 all seem to be talking about false imprisonment and specifically about a store owner. So we know that this case is on point. So remember, since my headnote is the main rule of law, the other thing that headnotes are going to do for me specifically is they are going to pull out other rules. So you'll see statutes in this specific headnotes and other points of authority that might be helpful in figuring out your issue. Now, after I've gone through and found where this appears within the opinion, I click on HN4. Takes me directly to this specific text. I want to expand my research because I want to now find more cases that all say and focus on this specific issue and rule within the Crace case. There are 3 ways that I can expand my research from a headnote. And this is a very efficient way to look for more relevant cases based on the rule that's relevant for my issue. 1 is to shepherd spread narrow by this headnote, which means I'm just pulling back the cases that decided this specific headnote. 2 is to look for more cases that have similar language to this particular headnote and are more like this headnote. And then 3 is to look for cases that are assigned by headnote to these search strings. Let's go ahead and shepherdize narrow by this headnote to get started. When I shepherdize something, remember, I'm just updating my particular case and looking at cases that have after my case cited to my particular issues within my case. I am focusing on just my headnote 6, that specific rule. I have 3 cases. Then to link into where the Haltom case cites my rule within the Crace case, I'm going to click on headnote 6, and that takes me directly to where that language is discussed in this specific case. I would then go back and do the exact same method for all 3 cases to find where they have talked about my issue and their more relevant or more recent application, and maybe they have broadened that application, but they're focusing specifically on one rule within the Crace case. And this is a very good way to find more on-point cases for my jurisdiction. The second way I'm going to find more on-point cases, I'm going to look for cases that have similar language to this headnote. So I'm going to click on more like this headnote. It's going to run a search across all content area, and I will need to focus on my jurisdiction and add in additional terms. So as you can see above, I have cases that are looking for this specific language. I'm going to go down and I'm going to expand my court so that I'm looking at Indiana. And then from here I want to make sure that I'm just looking at published cases. So I'll go under publication status because remember I cannot cite to unreported cases. And then I want to throw in some terms under search within results. So I'm looking for cases that have looked at false imprisonment and store owner. Those two terms are essential to help us figure out which cases are on point for my issue. I'm down to 2 cases then, and I did not see the Walmart case in my Shepherdized by Headnote case. So that case didn't necessarily cite my Crace case, but it's dealing with similar issues, and that's why it's pulling up here in this specific search. Now we're going to go back and do the last way to find more on-point relevant results. I'm just going back to my Crace case again, and I'm going to go under the search string that's relevant to my issue. Again, I have false imprisonment, and I'm going to look for cases that are assigned to this search string, that have headnotes, that are assigned to this search string. I click on Get Documents. Again, it runs a general search. I'm going to narrow to Indiana. And then I'm going to again choose reported versus unreported. And then I'm going to search again within my results to see which cases deal with false imprisonment and store owner. I now have 4 cases. I've seen the Walmart case, I've seen the Lazarus case from my previous searches, but now I'm looking at 2 new cases that I have not looked at before. Remember, these are cases that have just dealt with that previous search string and that are dealing with false imprisonment in Indiana, and then also that have the terms false imprisonment and store owner. Those are the 3 ways that you can expand your research from an on-point rule within a case. If you have any questions, please follow up with me at megan.mccombshayes@lexisnexis.com. Thank you so much and have a good day.